What do you need to build a desktop? Well, of course, first you need a table.
Yeah, great.
A thermal paste applicator, an Allen wrench, some tweezers to tighten up the wires, a Swiss Army knife which hopefully has a Phillips head screwdriver in it, and last but not least, an anti-static bracelet, which is to protect you and the parts. These are the parts you're gonna need, and now we're really gonna start building.
I am really gonna enjoy this.
I chose Asus's Z370 motherboard for two main reasons. One, it has built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and also it has support for NVMe SSDs.
I get it, thank you. But I'm fine, I don't need your help.
I chose Corsair's 16GB Vengeance LED RAM for two main reasons. One, it has LEDs and we do like lights in our gaming desktops. Secondly, it's pretty fast RAM. It's 2666 megahertz, I believe, so it's pretty fast, and this motherboard supports that speed. Aligning the stick with the middle of the strip, not with the end, and just lining that up with the logo. So once you hear that solid clasp and you don't see the gold connectors on the side anymore, that's when you know the RAM is in.
How'd that get in there?
And so it's a pretty easy installation in the system. I'm just gonna pick the top one because the SSD is at the bottom and I don't want to cover it. I just think it looks nice.
You're trash.
Click down. And make sure that you align it with these little insulating pads.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
So just take it in, slide it in nice and easy until you have a snug fit, and then shift it to the back and make sure it's right up against the frame.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Always be sure to try to place it in the system first before you install it, because you can see it takes up a lot of space. They're just really long screws because they go through the entire frame of the cooler, and they take forever.
No, not exactly.
Every power supply is going to come with a big bag of Velcro cables. It's kind of daunting at first, so you always have to find the ones that are going to fit.
You should have thought of that earlier.
We're installing the CPU, the heart of the computer or the brain, depending on how you look at it.
You're late, man! Always late!
I never thought he'd really do that.
We're just going to take this little plastic part out. We'll just toss that out of here.
Get religion.
And we're going to use the CPU applicator, and this will make it easier for us to apply it to the motherboard and then apply thermal paste and then apply a CPU cooler. It's good, essentially PC building practice to have a little bit extra and layer it on top of the CPU, a little bit extra.
He is extremely cool.
So you're going to see that there are 4 brackets, or rather like screws in here with brackets and holders right here. And they're going to keep the cooler raised off the processor, but it's also going to be close enough to actually physically come in contact with it, like basically keep it cool. Take thumb screws like this and just screw them on.
She doesn't know what you are.
We fully built the PC, everything's put together, and now we have a fully functioning gaming PC ready to run some games.
What did you do to her?
And it's running pretty smoothly. Like, I'm averaging 70 and 80 FPS, and this is normally like a very intensive game to run. And it's still doing a pretty good job.
No.
So right now I'm playing League of Legends. It's one of my favorite games. I'm averaging 120 FPS, and that's only because I've actually locked the game to that frame rate, because I can get around 300 FPS playing League on maximum settings, which is a little bit absurd, and you don't really need that, so. Building a gaming desktop has been a great experience.
You're fired!
I'll take the staff job. Double the money. Good riddance.